The life of Gordon Willard Allport. Gordon Allport was born November 11, 1897 in Montezuma, Indiana. As a child, he was seen as shy, but Allport was a hard-working boy. Gordon was not born into a small family. His father, John, was a salesman who later decided to become a doctor. His mother, Neely, was a teacher. Gordon's mother was a very strict woman who enforced her rules of no drinking, smoking, or bright provocative clothing in her household. As a child, Gordon described himself as a skillful young man with words, but not an athletic individual. For the fact that his brothers were so much younger than him, he had inferiority feelings which resulted from childhood isolation and rejection. Allport tried to compensate these feelings by striving to excel. To keep a steady income, Gordon's father transformed the house into a hospital. Another way his father had tried to keep some money coming in the household and support the older son in college was to smuggle drugs from Canada. A quote from Allport which says, "I fashioned my own circle of activities. It was a select circle, for I never fitted the general boy assembly." During his teenage years, Allport operated his own printing business and was the editor of his high school newspaper. He also graduated second in his high school class and received a scholarship to Harvard, which was the same college his older brother Floyd was attending. Even though he graduated top of his class, Gordon struggled during his first semester at college. In his spare time, he did some volunteer work at the Boys Club with a group of factory workers and a contingent of foreign students. Gordon was also a probation officer. Gordon graduated with his bachelor's degree in philosophy and economics. He also graduated on the same day his older brother graduated with his PhD. Soon after graduation, Gordon spent a year at Robert College in Istanbul, Turkey. While visiting in Austria, Allport sent a note to Freud asking to meet him. When they met up, Allport told him of a story about a little boy in a streetcar who was afraid of dirt and being dirty. Freud asked him, "Was the little boy you?" Freud told Allport that he was betraying his own unconscious and fears by telling him that story. Allport stated that his one and only encounter with Freud was traumatic. Because of this statement, Allport decided to pay more attention to the conscience. Allport worked at Harvard in 1924, left for a position at Dartmouth, and then returned back to Harvard in 1930. He was a very dedicated professor at Harvard. He was there for nearly 40 years. Allport taught one of the first formal American college philosophy courses, which was personality psychology. Here are a few of the awards that Allport received during his lifetime.